Countdown is on to the 2024 edition of the Paris to Ancaster Bike Race. And listen, we're exactly 2 months away from thousands of riders hitting the local trails, farmers' fields, and difficult terrain while dealing with whatever Mother Nature brings to get us set. One of the race directors for Paris to Ancaster. Great to have John Thorpe back on the show. And this is kind of an annual tradition that we're doing here, Johnny. You're bringing in the bikes just to kind of get our training going. Even though I participate in the race, but just my talking hairdo abilities, it's really cool to kind of be one of the announcers. And you were saying off camera, you've never actually taken in it.
Neither of us have ever ridden the race. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
We talked about being outside today, but we decided.
Yeah, well, because that would be an annual, because it was raining earlier on. But listen, this is a big year because this is the 30th running.
It's the 30th event we've had. Yeah, with COVID, I think we've been running it for 32 years, but we had a virtual event and one canceled at the start of COVID.
Okay, so how are we looking this year?
Well, things are going great. We got about 2,100 entries now. We were somewhere around 3,000 last year, so we're looking to get to the same number. We've got a really strong field. Last year we were a national championship, if you remember.
Yeah.
And the two national championships, Evan Russell and Devon Clark, are both entered again. Plus a couple of other, we have like 4 women's former winners, including Sue Palmer.
Sue Palmer, I know.
You did some riding with,
we did a few years ago, yeah. This is a big, because you have a title sponsor now.
We do, yeah. Yeah, what we're working on this year is really to amp up the post-event party. It's always been a great event because it's the first cycling event of the year, and people look forward to going to it, to see their friends. They get the season started. This year, Creemore Springs has come in as a partner for us, title sponsor, and part of the reason is they're really good at hospitality. They do an event in Creemore called the Tours Mur, and it's more of an eating event than a cycling event. So they're going to bring some of that hospitality expertise to the finish line of Paris Ancaster.
We've seen some shots from last year. It was an awful day.
It was unbelievable.
But it's like because you get into these mud pits. It's a badge of honor to be finishing up and looking like that.
Well, the funny thing was the number of people who were just covered in mud, and the only thing you could really see was a big smile on their face. And you know, that was really kind of rewarding because it really was unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 3 races. What are they, John?
We call them the Cento, the Classic, and the Brev. The Classic is the event we've been running since the start. Anywhere from 60 to 70 kilometers. It's about 71, I think, this year. The Classic is 100 kilometer plus, and the Brev is a 40 kilometer event.
Okay, so you can sign up. You can choose whichever one you want.
Choose whichever one. They all have some great features. A lot of the farmers' fields and. All of them go through the mudslide at the end, which you may have some pictures of that here too, I think.
Yeah, and they all finish up on the Martin Road Hill.
They all finish up.
That's where I was racing. That's where I was racing Sue a couple years ago. It is an Olympic year. I know you guys are dedicated to cycling. How are we looking going into the Olympics for our cyclists?
We've been involved in cycling in a lot of ways. First with the velodrome, and then with the cyclocross team. And this year we sponsored a couple of track athletes, Kelsey Mitchell and Dylan Bibick. Kelsey was the Japan Olympics gold medalist.
Yeah, gold medalist in Tokyo.
She'll be back to repeat that this year. Dylan's had a great season. He's won a couple of world championships on the track. So we sponsored the 2 of them. They'll both be at the event, we hope, schedules allowing them to. I think their coaches aren't going to let them ride it because, for obvious reasons.
But they can be there to support the cycling community. And what that velodrome has done for the community, just being in Milton so close by.
The velodrome's been a huge asset to us,
Okay, so let's get going here, John. I got to run over to the couch, but here we go. We're 2 months away from the Creemore Springs Paris to Ancaster Bike Race. Head to ParisAncaster.com to get signed up for the 3 races. It goes on April 28th, 2024.